world consumes. But what kind of product is it going to consume when you do not want people to affiliate with political parties? Makerere is a university, a collection of ideas, a collection of different ideologies out there. Now, if you cannot accommodate an NRM, an FDC, an NUP, if you cannot accommodate DP, yet we have seen very prominent politicians come out of Makerere, Milton Obote, Norbert Mao, people like the late Jacob Olanya, very many politicians that have been on top of this political space in the country have been products of Makerere. Now, this is what we're advocating for. Can you bring back our rights as Makererians? You are shrinking the space, the civic space of Makererians. You're stepping on our neck as Makererians, and we're crying to you. Recently, we had eviction of vendors. I was one of those that was actually arrested and suspended for only coming out to administration and saying, please, before you evict vendors, give us an alternative. I was bungled on a police truck and taken to police. And then after, what you receive is a suspension. You see, but this is the fear you have put in us, that we cannot actually breathe in our own university. We do not have right to discern. But beyond that, there is need to address other challenges as Makererians. The tuition policy, this is a public institution, a reflection of the general economy out there. That you and I as a Makererian, your parent can fail to actually meet 100% of completion before sitting for exams. If we can have such policies revised, so that some of our friends having small balances can be given chance to sit for the exams. This is what I advocate for as a Makererian. But two, we have a university manual that was enacted way back when we still had insecurity, unless if Makerere University is still telling us that there is a state of emergency in the country, that is why we have to close Makerere gates at midnight. That is why we have to close halls of residences at midnight. And when our girls out there and boys come back to their halls of residences, they cannot access them and have to, find ways of surviving throughout the night. But we are talking about university students, those that are hustling out there to meet a living. Some of them are even paying their own tuition. Why should you close gates at midnight? At least if you're closing them, then provide a practical solution that when a student comes and can identify themselves as a student of Makerere and a resident of that particular hall, can access their halls of residence. But two, we have another policy. We have another policy that addresses cooking in halls of residence. A policy that was enacted during the time when university was actually still providing food. And at this opportune time, when you're actually caught with any cooking appliance in your halls of residence, the university has a right to even suspend you. Now, what is this kind of situation we are operating under? Can we revise these existing policies to address our current challenges as Makererians? I remain Wanduka Simon, your next guild president, one who is not coming to speak, but coming to show action. That when the dialogues fail, I will always bring back to you. And I'm only telling you in my manifesto and in my simple slogan, put your gowns on and put your hands on. The gowns is your identity as a Makererian, is your pride as a Makererian, is everything you stand for as a Makererian. Put your gowns on and let's get to action when dialogue fails. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Simon Wanduka. Please do take your seat. He spoke a lot about tolerance and bringing back political parties, hence the civic space that he says is shrinking. We're going to call our next